Hi class, we need to talk about another application that we're going to see with integrals, and this deals with the actual calculation of volumes as we're looking at some of the shapes. Now, this is the idea. So the method that we're going to talk about in this section is called the disk method. And there's two types of revolutions that we could be actually doing. So one of them is if you're revolving along the x's, and the second one would be if you're revolving along the y's. And these are the main requirements. You're supposed to have some sort of a function. In this case, you see the functions, and your area is supposed to be bounded. So bounded means that you have a function above it and technically a function below it. And you're typically looking at, for the disk method, a region on the first quadrant that results on an actual solid. It doesn't have any holes. So something like this shape, it's an actual solid. There's nothing in, there's no holes in between, or a shape like this, depending on where you're revolving it. You do have to be careful if you're revolving along the actual y-axis, because your functions have to be, you have to be able to express, well, the given function in terms of y's. So you have to be able to solve explicitly x is equal to f of y's if you're going to do this one, and if it's not already given in that form. Depending on which, well, in this case, we're doing the disk method, but depending on which type of revolution we're doing along the actual x's or the y's, then you would be applying, well, one of these formulas. So let's take a look at example 1. And this is what the instructions are going to say for any future examination. So I want to see the sketch that you're looking at, and then also, well, the integral and everything that we're evaluating. So for this particular one, let's actually sketch it. So they're talking about this function. So we're looking at y is equal to square root of x minus 1. These are your bounds. So in this case, well, this is technically the values of 1, which is going to have a dot there, and then at x is equal to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y is equal to 0. It's just saying that it's not going to go into the negative side. And then technically, well, it's a square root. So this one's going to go in this direction. So this is the actual, let me fix it. So this is the actual area that we're concerned. In this case, let me shade it. That's the area. So that represents the actual portion of a of x here. Now, if you actually revolve it along, and in this case, they're talking about the x-axis, that means it's going to be rotated in that form. Then the resulting sketch, it's going to be a solid that's going to look as follows. So I don't need a perfect sketch here, but I will be asking for a basic sketch. And in this case, well, that is what is going to be resulting as your solid. It's nothing more than a lot of circles being put together to come up with the actual volume. Now, let's actually calculate the volume of this particular shape. So in this case, you're going to have that the volume, it's equal to the integral. And the formula is simple. It's from a to b. Don't forget the pi, and technically the r squared. So in this case, we're going from 1 to 5. This is going to be pi. And then technically, this will be your f of x squared dx. Or from 1 to 5, this is pi. And this is going to be the square root of x minus 1. Don't forget the squared dx. Which in this case, we're simply going to say that this is equal to 1 to 5. I'm just going to put the pi on the outside. And then the square of the square root is just going to give us the x minus 1, technically dx. And let me move the problem here. So we're still looking at this is equivalent to the values of pi. Let me just put brackets. So we're looking at x squared over 2 minus x evaluated from 1 to 5. So in this case, this is the pi. So we're looking at pi times, this will be 5 to the second divided by 2 minus 5. This is the first quantity, minus, and then the second quantity, let me fix this parentheses. So the second quantity is going to be the 1 squared divided by 2 minus technically 1. And we still have the actual bracket on the outside. Don't forget about the pi. So let me move the calculation here. And this is equivalent to pi times 25 halves minus 5 minus, and well, actually, let me just, this will be minus a half plus 1. And let me combine these so we can put these two together and those two together. So we're looking at, this is pi times, well, 25 halves minus 1 half, it's going to be 24 halves minus 4. So I'm getting pi times 12 minus 4. So this is pi times 8, or 8 pi. So in this case, total volume, it's equal to 8 pi. And they don't mention units, so I'm just going to say units to the third power. Remember that we're talking about volume. In this case, this will be the final answer. That actually represents the volume of, well, the function square root of x minus 1. If you're just looking at the bounds between 0 to 5, and you're revolving it along the actual x-axis. So that would be that volume. For these problems, if this portion of y is equal to 0 is not mentioned, you're only looking at the first quadrant. So they're implying that the 0, it's part of the actual, so it's the lower bound of the area.